my, oh my, oh my, oh my. Here we are at the end of the season finale. Welcome to the Yas podcast. This is such a chill episode. For real, I think I owe this solo episode to myself because since the start of the season, we are in season 1, by the way. This is episode 8. 6767. No, we're not doing that, okay. But basically I own this episode to myself because since the start of the season I've been telling myself I will do a solo episode and I haven't, because I tried to record one, it didn't feel right, and I didn't want to share something that's not like up to par with you guys. But this one, it's very low expectations. It also feels right to finish the season alone, reflect on what this season has been, some of the learnings that we had, talk about the great guests. I also have here the Spotify Wrapped open, and just do some puzzle. I have this great puzzle with me. It's 1,000 pieces. It's French, and it's called Pool Ladies by Maja Tom. Maja, what's her name? Maja Tom what? The way she writes her name, the typography, it's not so clear. Here, Maja Tomljanovic, which is a Croatian name. She's an illustrator and graphic designer from Croatia. Her favorite subjects are women and summer. She is inspired by the joyful moments of everyday life to create colorful and textured illustrations. So this is with us today. We're gonna leave it right here. So up to now, I think I've got like most of the frame pieces around here, and I'm just kind of connecting the frame together. I've done a bit of a quarter of it, and I still have a lot to do. There's also like a few pieces that are driving me crazy and I can't find them. So we'll see how we go with that. It's sometimes like kind of hard to be confident that you can kind of carry an episode alone, and I think as a host it's okay kind of to admit that a big part of what makes that show are the guests, my wonderful guests that everyone has put a lot of love into this podcast whenever they've come to the show. And a big actually takeaway for me and a positive from this experience is just the people I meet down the line. And for me to tell you, the first season it was mainly based on my circle of friends, so I didn't reach out too much. I think the last episode was the one where I've challenged myself the most and brought in a new connection that I've very recently made, because Hugo, if you haven't watched this episode, by the way, I see it has great views on YouTube, but on Spotify it didn't perform very well compared to my previous episodes. So if you didn't watch that episode, make sure to watch it on Spotify or open it on YouTube. You're gonna have a blast, I'm sure. And yeah, I met him like 2 weeks before doing the episode in a vintage market, and I was like, you know what? He's the profile I'm looking for to share a talk with me like that. Sit, be real, talk about common interests. Share a nice dessert. We had an amazing dessert that I prepared before the episode started. It's about moments like this at the end. I'm a corporate guy. I have my weekends that I cherish, but I want to do something for myself that's in addition to my corporate career, let's say. And I feel like this is a very good vehicle for me, and I have really high hopes for this show in 2026 this year. I'm going to tell you more about this, but let's take a look back first at the episodes that premiered this year or last year, 2025. And tell you more about each episode, just like a 1-minute review of each episode. In case you haven't heard it, you can go back and watch it. So I pulled up here the Spotify channel of the podcast to kind of rewind back to episode 1, which was with my brother, and I got to say, this brother connection, it just all clicked. It was so spontaneous how this episode was prepared. I loved everything about it, and it was just like one of the best episodes to get to know both of our energies. You know, if you don't know my brother, he's an emerging actor in Egypt. He is amazing at what he does. I'm sure a lot of opportunities are coming his way this year. If you don't know him yet, I'm gonna leave his Instagram down in the bio, in the description. Check him out, and if you wanna click into that energy, I suggest you to do this, because one of the most special episodes of this season is the first one. After that, we have my friend Iset, who's from Norway. She's a poet and a multidisciplinary artist. Here, I feel like the podcast took a turn, an important one that was more about reflection, getting more, what's it called, spiritual in a way. Also, Iset has this kind of romantic approach to living, which I don't think any of the other guests this year that was on the podcast had a similar energy. It's a very unique episode, and I feel like it's also for people who are on a different journey in life, one that is more driven by energy and spaces, interior, and also ones that are looking to like evolve. I don't know, I really didn't expect this episode to turn into what it has turned into, and I'm quite proud that there's something this different in this season compared to the other episodes that I've made, because at the end, when I was thinking first at what I want to trigger through this podcast, I was always thinking about that this should be a pause in the day of people who have had a long, tough day, and they want to break a sweat, break a laugh, have a break, relax, and connect with other elements, other aspects in life that they usually wouldn't come across. And season 2, season 3 have very strong, very strong concepts that I will talk about before the episode wraps up. But yes, give this one a watch of ESET. It's a long episode, so be patient. Patience is important in this podcast because I do like a lot long format. I try to get into the short format, as I said, with the reels on TikTok, on Instagram, but it's just not so much my nature, you know? I can do it, but at the end, it's not my nature. I also left this puzzle. I'm supposed to do the puzzle, but I can't do the puzzle and talk at the same time. I feel like I'm quite limited in multitasking. Then after that, I traveled to Monaco, which was an insane weekend. Like 3 days in Monaco, staying at the Marriott was just like this, you know? I don't know, I just felt like it was like one of these decisions that I would never do if I'm thinking too much with my mind. But it was a trip I was thinking with the heart, and my heart led me there. But I really enjoyed so much the time, and I made the most out of it. I recorded a podcast on the F1 track, which it's an opportunity that it's a once in a lifetime opportunity. I hope that this show at some point kind of goes into the public, and good things will happen. I know that this show, when it shines in more of the eye of the public, it will flourish. It will flourish. So yeah, it was a little bit of a silly episode where I'm getting flirty with some Monaco residents, you know. Found a group of Belgian boys also that were quite like fun. They were on a boys trip. I was like asking, "What's up, homies?" And yeah, I was just like, I kicked back, you know, and tried to do my thing with the public. It's my first encounter with the public, so if you wanna check this out, it's one of the shortest episodes this season. It was like under 15 minutes, I think, like 20 minutes maximum. After that, we go to Alba, which was a shining star in this season. Alba is a social media creator, social media manager for Arpias, one of the best nail salons here in Barcelona. And she just did her thing. I know that she would have done her thing anyways, but she came, she sparkled, She gave us the tea. She has so many cultural references. She knows about a lot, you know. So I think me and Alba clicked easily. She was also one of the, when I was working at Aloha's, she was one of the people that I clicked with the easiest. So I always knew that the connection is very natural, and it was so comfortable to speak with her because I know her, you know. And I hope to have more guests like her in the future. She's an amazing guest. After it, we have the episode number 5, A Little Nuts, A Lot of Laughs. And this one, it's different. It's different. I think also the kind of the age target of this episode is a bit younger, let's say. Alicia and Tika were great guests. I met them at a house party. We were just yapping away all the time, and I was like, you know, instead of yapping here, we yapped a lot at the party, but I want to yap more. So I brought them here, and we had a little bit of fun with it. It's one of these episodes that I think carry a lot of the Yas podcast energy, which is young, treating things with a grain of salt, playing around, you know, these games, let's say, because I like also gamifying the episodes a little bit. It happened here in episode 5. It also happened in episode 6 with the chicken wings. So gamification, I don't know how to say that word so well, but like taking a concept and turning it, twisting it into a game is something I quite like to do, honestly. Also, I always had the idea of doing a dating show, so maybe that's also something that I will be exploring later on. But we follow up this episode of Alicia and Tika with the episode of Hannah, my Egyptian friend. The episode with Hannah, it was quite different because we changed the angle for the first time. I was also experimenting again, changing the angle of filming. We had this more of like a backdrop here, and it was a very like front face, very like set-like setup, and I liked it for what the show was like because of the chicken wings, a lot of interaction on the table, etc. But what made me realize when Ugo came along and we were here for a recording day, I saw that this corner is much more cozier, much more dynamic for filming, let's say. It also makes you feel more connected to the guest because it's like taking a little bit away the attention from me and directing it towards the guest. The guest is facing this way, I'm facing towards him. I liked it. I was like, oh yes, Hugo has a point that, okay, this was like maybe a one time, maybe 2-time thing I'm trying out, but it's not for every episode. It cannot be that angle setup. This is much more intimate, let's say. So the episode with Hannah, going back to the episode with Hannah, I go on like these random talks. I get off topic really easily. Maybe that's a good thing for me, maybe not. Let's see. I don't know. But yes, episode with Hannah, the funniest episode I filmed is this one. I think this one takes the reward, the prize for the funniest episode. This and the one of my brother, it's like so close. I don't know who to give it to, but I feel like because I loved how good this concept was prepared, it kind of takes it for me because I got so much comedy out of the content that I prepared, you know. With Mustafa, it's different. Mustafa, he stole the show because he's the comedian in a way, you know. All his reactions, how he expresses himself, he just created the comedy like a genie, you know, so effortless. But me, this episode, it was like the comedy was kind of brought upon Hannah, and Hannah is like a queen. She laughs at everything. I love her. She's the greatest. So it was one of the best decisions to bring her on this podcast. She's not a podcast person, but hey, don't underestimate her. Don't underestimate her. Like, when I look back at this podcast in a few years, I'm sure that Hannah's episode is always gonna shine in my mind. And lastly, episode 7, which was the last episode before this one, is with Hugo. We talk about Hugo already a lot of times in this podcast, but you know, his he left a very good impression on me. I really thankful I've brought him to the show, and I'm sure that this year he's going to go on to do great things with his modeling career. He's a vibe. He's a vibe. We were talking recently, trying to go learn skating with him. I mean, I skate. I don't not learn skating, but to learn some few new tricks. So let's see how that goes. If I meet him, maybe I make a little bit of a story with him. You know, that's also something nice. You know, when I maybe that's something I should do more often. You know, when I meet any of the guests that have already been on the podcast, to keep you guys updated with what they're doing on on my Instagram. Yeah, yeah. I'm just thinking on the fly, you know. Give me a break. Don't take me too seriously. So we come here. Yeah, this is where we wrap up the season. I will do some of the puzzle right in front of you, and also talk to you about the concept 2, because concept 3 is already in the works. I'm trying to work on some legal permissions for it, but concept 2, it's hell of a one, you know. I don't know how much I should share, honestly, thinking about it, but I can tell you a few stuff about concept 2, season 2. So let's see, because this one, it's just, you know, when something is so great that it makes you just shiver a little bit. It's like, you know how much this would mean to you, you know. And for me, what about season 2 that makes me feel this way? It's the travel. It's the travel and bringing in international talent. So so far, who I have, you know, for season 2 are a fellow YouTube friend in London, okay, a fellow podcaster in London, which I'll probably fly both in, you know, to Barcelona to film the episode, because getting to the UK, man, it's tough, man. I need a visa. I'm Egyptian. I have this Egyptian passport. Anywhere you go, you need a visa. So I can move within Europe, but after Europe, I'm like done for. Plus the Brexit. Why did they do that to themselves? I don't understand. But anyway, so I'm just gonna fly my two fellow Londoners to Barcelona to film with them an episode. You're gonna see them soon. You're gonna love them. You're gonna love them. Also, I'm gonna be going to Paris to film a few episodes there. An episode in Munich. An episode in Milan. Okay. Chill. I told you. There's a lot of travel. There's a lot of travel for season 2. I will be traveling to 3 locations, but then I think I will also ask a few of the guests to come. Like this, there's a bit of both. I don't want to share too much about the guests, you know, but expect street talent, expect fashionistas, expect divas, expect expect culture. I feel like a lot of culture is coming our way. Like, I mean, the whole point of this show, like, kind of, it's like, let's get cultured together. Maybe that's season 2. Let's get cultured together. Let's get cultured together. I just came up with a name for season 2. Oh my god. Okay. This is nice. When you can think with you guys, it's nice. Look, I'm new to this. I'm no professional, but I do enjoy the ride a lot. I'm quite passionate about this project, so I won't be letting you down. I also did some upgrades in my gear. I bought a new laptop so I can like edit on the fly, because the first season up to episode 6, I edited 6 episodes on the phone. 6 episodes and 18 reels on the phone. Can you imagine? That is crazy. And the shortest time it took me to edit an episode was the last one with Ugo, because I actually bought the laptop and I was able to edit on the laptop, which was much more quicker. So I hope that this is gonna facilitate my work, my project for season 2. I'm just so excited. I can't wait to get started, but I also know that season 2 is no joke. It requires a lot of time, a lot of dedication, and I'm not so sure what will be the launch date yet, but I will release this episode as soon as possible, hopefully in the next 7 days, and see what's the first step I can take to get to opening season 2, because I really need to like up the levels, up the count of episodes this year. This year we are starting in January. Last year I started in May, I think. First episode I released with my brother, July. So I have like almost twice the time this year, so twice the number of content for sure, because this year we did 8 episodes, let's say. Next year 16 to 20 episodes. 16 to 20 episodes next year is very realistic number. Wow, I'm gonna do a little bit of puzzle, and every now and then when I have a thought, I'm gonna tell you about it. Also, guys, you should tell me, like, in case there's a specific someone you want to see on the podcast, or like a certain type of person, a certain profession that you want to see on the podcast. Tell me. I'm very open to suggestions. I love suggestions, so whatever you have there and you want to share with me, feel free. The comment section is open. It's never been this open, between you and me. I don't want to have like any barriers. I want us to be level. I feel like this is not the right one. Someone tried to... It's so hard to do this. Yeah, this is not the right one for sure. Oh, maybe Oh yeah. How is that like that? Okay. Well, doing the puzzle and the podcast at the same time does not work out, guys. I've tried it. My thinking and all my energy is going into these small pieces that are driving me crazy, so we won't be doing the podcast and the puzzle at the same time. The PPs, the double P does not work together, I thought that, hey, it can trigger my brain in a different way and kind of help me get this podcast out to you, but no, it's not. Let me open YouTube Studio and have a little look to see if there's anything interesting we can talk about together. Because really, what I don't want out of this episode is for us to talk about trendy stuff that's happening right now. I just want to talk about how great, and thank you guys for listening to this season 1 that has made my year. I feel like this show has really fueled my 2025 with a lot of positive energy, and I feel like I'm renewed in a way. I'm a new man, and I don't know, I don't take it lightly. I really want this show to be very successful. I'm gonna work out my ass off to make this a success for me, for us. And I just want to reflect a little bit on the show, also give you guys good energy going into the new year. I know that a lot of us have hidden talents that we don't stress ourselves into exploring. Sometimes it is stressful, like getting to know yourself and exploring different talents that you have, but at the end of the day, it helps to expand your skill set. This is also something I'm trying to do this year, is to do more learning, because my educational journey has quite come to a stop after my university days. I'm not so much into education This is also another thing why this show for me is important, because it's another way to educate myself in a more interactive and fun way. So yeah, this is what I suggest and encourage. If you guys have a talent, I don't know, tattoo artists, or if you have done yourself tattoos for a long time and you have never taken the chance to do it on others, take that leap of faith. Like, bet on yourself. We need to bet on ourselves, because if we don't bet on ourselves, who's gonna bet on you? No one is gonna bet on you if you don't bet on yourself. So at the end of the day, don't wait for someone to move you. Move yourself. If you're stuck doing the same thing for many years and you no longer think that this thing is appropriate for you, don't have the fear to change. I read the other day that the greatest fear is fear itself. This is not a saying that you're gonna hear for the first time. It's a very common saying, but when you read it again, it kind of reminds you, because we forget the most common sayings. Of course we do. And I'm not planning for fear to stop me. Fear, I don't fuck with it in a way. Sorry for that sort of language, but it's true. I don't mess with it. I don't like it. I'm gonna do myself, and I will prosper. We will prosper. We have to count on ourselves. Like, if you don't count on yourself, that's already one of the first steps we're taking in the wrong direction, you know. And I really like, also what I want to do at some point is have more engagement, have more interaction on these episodes, because I don't want to feel also that I'm kind of putting content out there that is not what people want to see or want to hear. So I always like to hear the feedback, tweak, also be adaptive. Adaptability also is very important in so many scenarios, not only in content creation, but many aspects of life, because this is also how we kind of survive, you know, the constant changes that are happening to our society on a daily basis. Yeah, this is kind of me myself just launching away with just some reflection, and also some motivational, you know, a little bit of a motivational speech for whoever needs it. I don't know who needs to hear this, but if these words can help one person out of the 1,000 people that are gonna see this episode, that already makes a difference, you know. I love how everything is like so flat right now, you know. It's like, now it's just about color coding. Imagine if I can color code this. Maybe that's how I should end this episode. I'm gonna get up, okay? So, to finish this episode, I'm gonna color code like this. It's gonna be way easier to finish this puzzle. It's nowhere near done. I feel like it's a lot of work for one person, but I hope some of my friends can pop in some of these days and help me with finishing this puzzle, because at the end it's gonna go next to my bed and it's gonna look amazing. I am sure of that. My friend Lucas already helped me a little bit with this puzzle to get it started, and now he's not here, so he can't help, obviously. This is a one-man show sometimes. It has to be. We have to count on ourselves, back ourselves up. What was I saying? Backing yourself up. This is what we need to be doing. Okay. Nice. There's so many blue. It's like, it's a blue heaven everywhere. There's like so much blue and pink, which are the colors of my apartment. My apartment is blue pink. It's like fucking Disneyland over here. Okay, that's it. Kind of opening a way to... Oh, this is actually fun, you know? Who knew that color coding could be fun? But I won't color code this, you know? This was an attempt to like color code, but I won't color code it. I need to go to the gym, okay? So we're gonna put a wrap on this episode. You can't believe how much love I have for this show. I love you all. And at the end, we're gonna grind this year. We're gonna give the best of ourselves to to give the best of ourselves to the environment around us. Okay, to our home, to our family, to our friends, to ourselves, most importantly. And we're gonna triumph. Gonna triumph this year. You hear me? Okay. I had no intention for this to be a motivational talk, but it has turned into one. And I'm so happy. Thank you again for everyone who has listened to any of my episodes on season 1 of the Yes podcast. Don't forget to share this episode or any other. Subscribe on YouTube, most importantly. Secondly, on Spotify. The viewing experience is so much better on YouTube, but if you want to have these chapters and see the topics, it's kind of better on Spotify, I have to say. But well, anyhow, I love you very much, okay? You're gonna hear from me very soon. We're gonna see when this season 2 is gonna start. My bad for not giving you a date yet, but trust me, I'm working on it. I have some planning to do. And I'm gonna catch you next time on the Yes! Oh shit! We didn't talk about this masterpiece. Excuse me. This masterpiece was created by me. If you wanna see how this was created, I have all the process for it on my Instagram page, Solo Shaker. Look at this. So now, the Yes podcast, it's officially here. You know, in case a guest comes, this goes on the wall. There's the Yes podcast backdrop behind them. It's fire. I know it's fire. I don't need you to tell me it's fire, you know? But yes, the Yes podcast coming to you soon, season 2.